Bernard won't stop until you're dead.
I need a place to hide.
If he resists, shoot to kill. Take them down.
We're all gonna die!
Whoa. For 6 seasons, the hit show Grimm has called Portland home, filming on our streets and giving jobs to our talented actors and production crews. The 6th and final season starts tonight at 8 o'clock right here on KGW. And we are pleased to have with us tonight one of the stars of the show, Sasha Roiz. In the last season, you go from Portland Police Captain to Mayor.
Yeah.
And here we are, the last chapter of the story. You like it? You like how it ends?
I hate that it ends, but I like how it ends.
You like how it ends?
It's a good ending.
It can be tricky, these series finales, right? I mean, you can't make everyone happy.
No, you definitely not on TV. You can't. But you know, we've tried to make fans as happy as we could, and they stuck with us. And it was always a little show that could, and it did. And you know, we're all shocked that it's lasted this long. We're very grateful for it, but it's still very sad to say goodbye.
Yeah. Okay. We've petitioned some questions from some of your viewers, and we put out a call. And here's what we got. Joanne wants to know, how sad are you that the show is coming to an end? Deeply
saddened. But you know, I embrace the change, but it's hard to say goodbye to these characters, and most of all, it's hard to say goodbye to the cast, the crew, the city that we've fallen in love with, and so that's, you know, that is not a change I'm looking forward to. But yeah, time to move on.
All right, we're going to talk more about that in a minute. In the meantime, Mel asks, what's the funniest thing to happen to you on the set?
The funniest thing to happen to me on set? Day one, well, I don't know if this is funny, but I mean, I think day one of filming, probably season 1, I ended up bashing my bathroom door into my face, and then they were getting stitches across my forehead. That I discovered very quickly that we had a great special effects team that had to cover it all up. Yeah.
Or maybe they work it into the plot.
Yeah. If you watch episode 2, you'll see a very clean and very smooth forehead that you know, actually had 3-4 stitches on it.
All right. Carol asks, what was your all-time favorite scene to shoot and/or watch?
You know what? There's something coming up this season, episode 3. And it's a real funny twist where I get to play multiple characters, and it was a real fun episode to film.
All right, our own Catherine Cook, who's a big fan, says,
"Hello, Catherine.
The people demand to know: will there be shirtless rage this season?"
The people demand it, do they? There will be shirtless. Yeah. Is it let me think. Is it raging?
Are you raging?
Yeah, there's a little bit of rage. I'll admit. Yeah, there is.
Well, I guess the writers responded, "You will be pleasantly surprised."
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your background, Sasha, because it's very interesting. Born in Israel, you grew up in Montreal, you study in the UK, you travel all over the world. What is it like to live in Portland, having lived all around the world, and how do you compare all of these cities?
I had no idea what to expect of Portland. I'd never been here before we got the job. I thought it might be too small a town for me, and you know, I couldn't have been more wrong. This is the perfect size city. It is. It's been a wonderful home for us, and like we spoke earlier, the entire cast from day one fell in love with the city, and we truly committed to it. We stayed here. You know, a lot of casts like to go back to LA, but we didn't. We always stayed here. We bought homes here. You know, some of the cast had children and got married, and like really just set up shop here. And so, it is going to be a little tricky as we move forward, but a lot of us plan to maintain a relationship with Portland.
Yeah, you bought a house here.
Yeah.
And you plan on
I'm not
staying
the only one.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so talk about this cast. You mentioned how close you are. It seems unusual for me that you have a cast this close who are doing not only work in Portland, but helping the community in big ways.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, a lot of casts claim that they're very close, but they're not.
Like this one.
But ours
right?
is.
Yeah,
but ours
absolutely.
is. So like we are actually one of those anomalies where we, after 6 years, can't get enough of each other. In fact, after I finish here, I'm going over to Bree's house where a bunch of us are getting together to watch a show together. And so, you know, we just kind of fit. We just fit beautifully, and that was. That's just luck, you know, like somehow that chemistry really does translate onto the screen. You could see that and you could feel that. So we've been very fortunate, but yeah, I mean, we fell in love with the city, and the city really embraced us and was such a wonderful host for our show. And we just found a natural fit in some of the community work that we do. I personally work a lot with the Dornbecker. I sit
You're on the board.
I'm on the board there, yeah.
And you have the other gala coming up, another one coming up on January 28th.
Exactly, the third and final gala. We've raised $700,000 so far. We're going to surpass $1 million easily this year, and leave an endowment called the Grimster Endowment for families, you know, in need. And so, it's you know, it's a legacy to live on even after we're gone. And again, it was just an easy, natural sort of progression because the city was just so wonderful to us.
All right, let's talk about season 6. Let's show a clip first here about what we're going to see ahead.
Is Nick dead?
No,
What did you do to him?
not much.
Is he okay?
He's alive.
Well, then how are you here? What are you doing still alive?
Thanks for your concern.
You and Bonaparte went to kill Nick. Why should I be concerned about you?
Bonaparte is dead.
What?
Yeah, you must be relieved.
Nick killed him?
No, he had nothing to do with it.
And who did?
I'm not entirely sure.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow, can we talk about that leather jacket?
Can I ask you this? Are you a good guy or a bad guy?
Who knows?
I
6
know,
seasons in, I still have no
right,
idea.
we're a little confused, but you wanted this to get a little darker.
The
this
pendulum
season, didn't you?
swings. Yeah, I asked, well, my character really walks that fine line between good and bad, which I personally, as an actor, adore. It's better to stay in the gray zone than it is to pick a side. And the audience, I think, enjoys loving and hating him. And so I think for a time, there were a couple of seasons where he was part of the gang, and then I really petitioned the writers to just get him dark, get him as dark and as nasty as we can, and he got pretty nasty.
And so writers are open to your suggestions from actors, huh? Before
Yeah.
the storylines are all finished?
Well, I mean, considering how many, you know, we've done 123 episodes. I mean, after a while, I think they probably kind of been open to some other suggestions beside their own. But yeah, we've developed a trust and a shorthand, and they're pretty open, pretty receptive.
Well, we talked too just a little bit ago about how popular the show's been worldwide.
Yeah.
Not just in the U.S. People
Yeah.
know it on NBC, but it goes far beyond that. You have fans all over the world.
Yeah, it's been remarkable. I mean, I haven't been any part of this globe where I haven't run into some fans, which is truly surprising. But it's a show that has vast appeal, and we're in, I think, I can't even, over 100 countries, and it's amazing to just see it be embraced all over the world. And I think to some extent it's also the fact that, you know, these are international myths. We really pick and choose from a wide array of nationalities and cultures, and so people feel represented. And we also use a lot of different languages, which is rare.
And you speak several languages,
I do,
don't
yeah.
you?
I speak French and Russian. And we've incorporated that.
All right, so what's ahead for you? Do you know yet?
Well, we've got the gala on the 28th, so a lot of my focus is directed towards that, which is a lot of work, but it's going to be a wonderful send-off for us as a cast, and we're very proud of what we've accomplished with that gala, and that'll be kind of our goodbye to the city. And after that, I think a lot of us have to go back to LA and start taking meetings and auditions and figure out what the next project is.
So nothing in concrete just yet?
The only thing is something, I mean, I'm not going to talk about it in detail, but there's a movie that I'm trying to produce right now, and it's looking really good, and I'd like to bring it to Portland, to Oregon, so that would be really fun. Yeah.
Well, we'll be looking for that. Sasha, so great to see you
Hey,
again.
great to see you.
Thanks for all that you've done.
Thank
for
you.
our city.
Thanks, Portland.
Great to have you.